Hey, good day. It's Dan here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about how the Empower Network is going to become a billion-dollar company. Yes, B with a billion, billion with a B within 3 years. The next 3 years. Now, if you've been following along, Empower Network just had their third anniversary. They've been in business for 3 years now, as of October 31st, Halloween. Of this year, 2014, and they just had their big not regional, national event in Orlando, the Fight the Forces of Evil event. And this morning, actually, I was just going through some of the video replay of some of the presentations from that event because they were that powerful. I just wanted to get a refresher from them, and one that really impacted me in a big way was from the new Chief Marketing Officer, CMO Mars Burden. Mars is a gentleman who is a giant in the online world when it comes to product launches and marketing products. He's worked with all the big names in the industry and has recently decided to put his own business on the shelf and focus entirely on growing the Empower Network and helping them with their marketing and to really take what they've done well in 3 years and just do even better with it. So a few numbers that he shared. So in 3 years, Empower Network has done nearly $150 million in sales, which, for a little startup company started by two guys that were homeless, pretty phenomenal feat. However, in Mars's mind, that's not good enough. And that's why he's on board, because he thinks bigger. And here's what he shared with us is that 144, almost $150 million in sales was generated by about 100,000 customers or members in Empower Network. I think there's only about 30 or maybe 40,000 active affiliates. Not a lot of people, but nearly 100% of those people spoke English as a first language. Now, he shared some interesting stats. People that speak English as a first language constitute about 5% of the world's population. Not nearly as much as I thought it was. So when you think about it, this company has done all of its sales talking to a potential market of 5% of the planet. It's not very much. So one of the big announcements they made is that starting now, they've been working on it for a while actually, they are opening up new markets, meaning they are translating all of the sales funnels, all the training lessons, all the products are being translated into now 5 languages. Sorry, 5. There we go. 5 languages. So we have English already. German, which is, I think he said about 1% of the world's population speaks German. Russian, which is a couple percent. Portuguese, which is 5%-ish in that range, about the same as English. And Spanish, which is one of the largest languages in the world that speak it, and yet it's still only 6% of the planet. So those 5 combined, they still only hit a little over 13% of the world's population. But having said that, had Empower Network been able to accommodate those 5 languages, imagine what instead of 5% of the population having access to the products, being able to use them, turn that into 13%, that translates into more than half a billion dollars in sales, just doing that change. The second thing that he shared that he really feels is going to be the key to hitting that billion-dollar mark in the next 3 years is that Empower Network primarily has spoken to a male audience. The language that the sales videos and that Dave's used in their marketing are not very feminine friendly. using terms like badass and calling people a wussy if they don't join. Those are just terms that work really well for the Daves and their personality, but don't resonate well with the majority of the network marketing world, which is what Empower products really are ideally suited to, although there's a great fit, especially with new ENV2 for traditional businesses as well. But traditionally, Empower Network the target demographic has been network marketers, and the vast majority, nearly 70% of network marketers are women. So when you think about the messaging that's been delivered by Empower Network being primarily a male voice, we now have $1 million earner. Tracy Walker picked up her ring here at the recent event, and I'm sure there'll be more to come soon. Nicole Cooper's got to be closing in, and a few others. Certainly not average earnings. See our average earnings disclosure at empowernetwork.com/income. Get that out of the way, the disclosures. No FTC issues on this video. But that said, we've been speaking to the male audience, which is the smaller demographic. So they are in the process of reworking a lot of their messaging to attract a female audience, which, is pretty exciting to think how much of the industry we've left behind just because we're not speaking their language. So I'm pretty excited for the things that are coming in Empower Network. The new blog platform, ENV 3.0, is just amazing, the things they're coming up with. A lot of features that are going to attract a much broader audience than we've been able to up to this point. The ability to post directly from your social media right into your blog, the new 21-day blogging challenge, which is just really going to get people off to a great start. And should they decide not to continue, well, that's just going to help the people that invited them to look at it in the first place, because all that content just rolls back up to them if their downline or people that have joined underneath them, their customers, decide to quit. Well, they inherit all that content, which is another great tool. I think Empower Network is the only business I've ever found where you can actually still benefit from quitters. And let's be honest, there's a lot of quitters in this world. So here's a great way to leverage some of the quitters as well. Not to say you want to attract quitters into your world, but the reality is the world's full of quitters, and why not find a way to benefit even when people quit on themselves, which they're prone to do. So pretty cool stuff. So I'm excited again. I'm looking forward to Empower hitting that $1 billion mark in sales. Their compensation plan is phenomenal, which really translates into their customers will make most of that money, not the company. This company isn't about building the biggest company and lining the shareholders' pockets, unless you consider the shareholders all the affiliates and all the customers, because it's the affiliates who make the vast majority of the money from the products they sell, which is pretty cool. So, I'm going to leave it there. Watch for updates on this, because I think that 3-year goal that Mars set is a pretty easy target to hit with the expertise that's on board, with the talent that this company has, and with the new growth we're going to have with the launch of ENV3, the Kalatu blog platform. So I'm pretty excited, and I'm in the middle of my 21-day blog challenge, even though it hasn't officially started yet. I started my own 21-day challenge last Sunday, and I've been blogging every day. So check out my blog. I'll leave you a link in the description below. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Make it a great day. Bye for now.